All right, now. Good morning. You are on with Mondays with Coach Rice. And today's topic, this is episode 10 actually. So sit back. This is going to be a good one because I am celebrating women today. So welcome. Happy Monday. Just got in from the gym. The weather has been a little challenging this morning, but I made it. I just want to say happy Monday. You are live today with your professional certified life and health coach and trained mental health counselor. Mondays with Coach Rice. You are here with Coach Rice this morning, and I just want to say just happy Monday. This is Women's Appreciation Month. We had the Women's Appreciation Day, I believe, on the 8th or 9th. But I just want to just celebrate women today and us as women all around the world, and the women in my personal life. I just want to celebrate you guys and say thank you for all that you do and for who you are created to be. And so today, this topic, I want to put a disclaimer in though. This disclaimer is this is not a topic to bash men because they're equally created for a purpose and value as well. But this is the highlight. It's important because I want to make sure that men also stay tuned, because while you either dating or married to a woman or dialoguing with a woman or working with a woman, I want you to be reminded of what's really in your possession. And so that's why I wanted men to really watch this as well, because it's important to know how God created us. If you really understood that, it would change your perspective on how you dialogue with women and how you may treat them. Because if we don't understand the value of what's in front of us, we won't treat it with value. But if we don't understand our own personal value, we won't treat the next person with value. And so as I go into this, like I said, it's not to bash men, but it's to educate men on what's in front of them. And remember in the book of Genesis where he said, and I think it's 2:18 or 19, one of those, where he said, God said, it's not good for man to be alone. I'm going to create him a helper. So when he created us as women, he created us to walk alongside to help, because there's attributes I'm going to talk about that's imputed in us as women that allow us to be who we are and how God want to use us for a purpose. And this is also not a topic to address these cultural and society norms, because they already doing that, and not even a feminist perspective as well, because they already doing that to celebrate the month. I want to highlight the imputed attributes that God has placed in us as women, so that we can know our purpose and value. That's the perspective I want to come. I'm addressing this topic to celebrate us as women, because we are valuable and we are created uniquely for God's purpose. And we was created to walk alongside men, not to diminish who we are, but not to also diminish who they are as well. And so I hope my goal in this episode is for each woman that hear this message, this podcast, will walk away as a reminder of what her value is and her worth based on how God created us as women. That's what I want you to walk away with, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I thank God for showing me this in my own personal life, because it helps me to navigate the world a lot different. And understanding that men also possess a value as well that's complementary to us. So men, when you are dealing with, when you have access to a woman, whether you're dealing with your mother, grandmother, sister, daughter, friend, girlfriend, wife, basically any woman in your life, I want you to know what's in front of you. I want you to know, even when they not perfect or they're a work in progress, because we all are work in progress, I want you to understand that she's still a woman with these imputed attributes that are vital to the relationship. No matter if you hold a relationship as a person, a woman that's working beside you, or a woman that's working with you, or a woman that's in leadership over you, or whatever. We have attributes that you can pull on to help you move in the direction that you need to go as well. So you be careful with how you handle the women in your life, because God created them to walk alongside and help. And so when you really understand what you have, you can utilize it with value. These attributes I'm gonna talk about, I want to take my time with them, because I really want you to really grasp the importance of how God created us as women, and how he created us for that purpose, and how to utilize. If you don't know how to utilize these attributes, because I'm telling you, they're imputed in us, just ask the creator. He created us. Anytime we want to know how to operate in our purpose and gift, we ask the creator, because he created us. He has the blueprint. So you always want to go back to the creator about your personal life, because we are unique. And I don't want to ever put God in a box, because I'm telling you, the way God used me in my life has taught me the value of the attributes that's within me. So I want to just share that. You may know, but even if you're not using them, some women are not using the attributes because they don't really they might, number one, they may not even understand how valuable they are, because sometimes we're looked at in a way that we hold no value. But that don't mean we're not valuable. It's just that some people got to catch up to the fact that you got a diamond in the rough in your hand, and so you have to treat it with delicacy and pride, and understanding that the worth of it can help you get to where you need to be, because the value is really deep. So I'm going to talk about the first attribute. That first attribute is God imputed in us, is the ability to nurture. We have this God-given ability to foster and promote growth and development in a human life. We got the God-given ability to show care and attention and support to those who are around us. The nurturing side of us that we have allow us to express it in different ways. And it involves like guidance, nourishment, encouragement, and helping somebody else to thrive in their life. We have that ability in us. And that's powerful, because and it's interesting, because God gave us the capacity to have an amazing amount of emotions that helps us to be able to have empathy. And so a lot of times I see, men aggravated because women, oh, she's so emotional. Well, don't apologize for being that way, because God created us to have those emotions. Men have emotions, but they have God put a boundary around how much they can actually be emotional, because they have to operate in a different way. Remember, it's complementary. When when we emotional, they not wired to understand that part of us, as far or how to. Sometimes some of them don't know how to deal with that. But the best way to deal with that is to help regulate those emotions that we have as women, because we're wired to process different. And so we need those set of emotions to function, to nourish our children, to nourish our people that we may be directly over. We need to nourish, we need to have those attributes inside of us so that we are able to guide and help people grow and develop. That's why we have those. So when you're dealing with a woman that's emotional, that's a serious thing, and you don't want to blow it off as, oh, she's just emotional. No, you want to go and grab those emotions in a way that, not to fix them now, but you want to know, what is she communicating? Because it's not just emotion. God created her to be that way, but those signs that saying that, hey, we need this, an alert. This is an alert, and we don't want to override that, because a woman need to be, it's all she asking for is to validate her emotions and to listen. She's not asking you to fix it. She's just regulating. That's her way of regulating. Now, some women can be on the other opposite edge because of trauma. So when they operate in an emotional reactivity that's so high, it's because it could be trauma that she's experiencing, but she's communicating. And what it takes is just to feel safe. That's her way of communicating. I don't feel safe in this environment right now. And so, but she has to also learn how to regulate those. But those are there for a purpose, and we don't want to make them like they are terrible or this is something that we don't need. No, we are created to nurture. God has placed us in a position as women to manage a whole life, bringing, whether we helping to raise children, other children, or our own children, but we are there to manage a whole life. And that's how God created us. He imputed nurturing abilities to do that, because he knew this is what we was going to need. Another thing that he gave us is strength. Women, we have amazing strength that we can persevere. We have emotional resilience. We have physical abilities, especially when it comes to childbirth. God has blessed us to be able to tolerate a level of pain that nobody else can. I kid you not. Childbirth is the worst pain you can ever go through that I've experienced in my life. I don't know about you, but woo, that ain't no joke. But God has given us that strength and ability to have that physical ability to be able to bring a life into the world. And he did. It's gonna be painful, but we can. He gave us a tolerance to be able to deal with that pain. And because we have strength, don't take away from a man having strength as well, because we both can balance each other in that. So if we're working together, we can use our strength and abilities to help one another to move forward in our relationship, because we are equally created for a purpose, but we may have different attributes that pull on to make things work for us. And so never underestimate, this is the third one, never underestimate a woman's intuition. We possess strong gut instincts. And so sometimes when it comes to decision making, don't push a woman away from decision making and problem solving, because we have abilities that's within the realm of that, where that gut feeling, because we got ability to multitask. So we seeing things at all different levels, and that men don't possess ability to multitask. Some may not, but that's a strong ability for a woman. If it's utilized properly, it can be a good balance to be able to multitask. We have that ability, so we're able to see things in a different way. But that don't diminish how a man see things. But it's definitely, we have that good gut instinct. So don't underestimate that. So when it comes to decision making and problem solving, hey, you better pull a woman in, because I'm telling you, she'll bring that balance and give you a whole different outlook and perspective on how to deal with it. But if we don't utilize these things, we won't we'll be missing out on opportunities. That's what you're missing out on when you don't understand what you possess. When you dealing with a woman, you dealing with a prized possession that can help you get to where you need to be. We also have this ability to have so much compassion. That's another attribute that God placed in us, is the ability to have compassion and kindness toward others, where we're not so harsh, but we do need that balance from a man where he's like practical. But the other side, we do need the compassion side so it can balance. And so that's what that's how we foster support and support relationships. It's through the ability to have compassion, because we have this ability to understand and say, I wonder what's behind, what's going on with her, or what's going on with him, or maybe did you think about this? Maybe this person could be that's the side that you need to help make proper decisions as well, is that level of compassion, especially when it comes to kids. We discipline different. We have a very compassionate way of looking at things because we see things from different angles. And so don't underestimate how you can utilize the women in your life to balance you out. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're here to walk alongside to help so that we can get our purpose fulfilled. And so another thing that we have that's really good too is creativity. We have great ways of being creative in different areas in our lives. And so we're able to bring a creative perspective to the table, and we have the ability to be innovative. And so sometimes you have to be creative and think outside the box, and that's where you get you can get us as women. We very creative in that way. I hear women say, I'm not creative. You are creative. That don't mean you have to get in the art fair and win first place. Creativity comes in all forms and fashions. It allows you to open your mind and think differently. That's being creative. Creative can come in a creative idea, a thought, or it can come in any kind of way. But we have that ability to be very creative. We because of the way we think, and that's another quality or another attribute that God put in a woman, is to be creative. And we also have a great, huge ability to adapt. We adapt so well to, and I'm not saying men don't, but I'm saying this is another area where we really thrive in, is we able to adapt to things like challenges in life and adjust. Here's how men can really use that ability, is especially nowadays, people are getting laid off. Let's say you married and your husband get laid off. Women, we adapt. We step up and we do what we have to do. But that don't mean we diminishing who you are. So if you have to pull on that ability from us, ask us to help you get going again, because that's hard on a man as well, because he got to think about, how am I going to take care of my family? But you have a whole spouse, a whole wife there to help you utilize those abilities, because that's where she's creative, where you can't be creative because the stress is so high on you. You don't have ability to be creative sometimes. It puts you in a stuck situation. But you have a whole wife that can help you, or a woman in your life, whether it's mother, grandmother, or what, that can help you get through those times, those tough times when you stuck. It don't diminish you as a man. What you're doing is you are stepping into a role of a leader, pulling on the resources that you have. Think about it like that. And then when it comes to the leadership, we have abilities as women to be leaders. Don't ever think you're not a leader. You're leading a whole family. You're leading no matter what position you hold in the family. You are a leader. We have those qualities. We're able to communicate. A good leader is always has the ability to know when to step back and let the next person lead. Those are good qualities that we want to pull on as women, and it helps with the vision. It helps with collaboration. It helps with contributing. Even when, don't underestimate the power of a housewife. That's a whole job within itself. And also, she's leading the whole home. She's managing her home so that when her husband gets and her children get home, they have a safe space. That's true leadership. And you can actually take that any way you want to go, because if you can manage a family, you can manage anything. Don't underestimate the quality of a leader, the leadership that's within you as a woman. And also, we have empowerment is another quality that we have. We good at advocating for other people. We good at empowering others in different aspects of their life. We good at seeing when someone needs to be brought up. We good at empowering each other, and so women have that ability to be able to do that, to step in and say, it's not going to diminish me to build you up as a woman. And we have those attributes. God created those and imputed those in us. I keep saying that because I want you to know, whether you utilize them properly, we'll talk about that, but we have the ability to pull on that because it's in us. If you don't know what's in you, then you won't be able to you won't be able to use it. These are tools that's in you that you're not going to use because you don't even know that they're there, that they're actually there. And so another thing we have is resilience. As women, we are resilient. Oh my God, we can face obstacles. We multitask. Let me tell you, we cook, we clean, we work, we come home, we take care of the kids, we do homework, we'll take them to all of the events, ball games, all of that. And we're able to satisfy our husbands. We do all of that and help other people outside of that. We're able to do all of that and come home and sit down and do more. That's why if we're not using certain things properly, we will burn out. But we're resilient because we know how to bounce back. We know how to get our head together and keep it moving. But we have to balance those things out. And so those are the attributes I wanted to talk about that's imputed in you. Now, how does we celebrate these things, right? I don't want us to just celebrate one day or 1 month. Every day you walk out of your house, you are using these attributes. You are making a difference in the world by using either one or all of the attributes or whatever. But we are using these attributes every day in our homes, in our workspaces, when we are in church, when we meeting people, or whatever we're doing, whatever you do as far as like activities, we are utilizing these attributes. Don't underestimate them. Don't diminish them. Don't be sorry for using these attributes, because these attributes are there for us to help serve other people, but it's also there to help build up and give balance to the men in the world as well. And so don't be sorry for who you are, but embrace it. The thing about it is that if men don't understand these attributes that they have in a woman, they don't know how to approach her or how to handle her. If you get in a relationship with a female and you don't understand the value of her, you're gonna mishandle her value. But it's not just because she's not valuable to you, but you're not valuable. You don't understand your value. You have to understand your value in order to value someone else. I'll give you an example. We are valuable because we were born, simply because we were born. All of these, the position you hold at work, the role you play at home, the obstacles you have in your life, these are just things that we do. This is not our identity. That's not who we are. Our identity is not what we do. Because if we don't do those things, guess what? We lost value. If our value is wrapped up into a position at a workplace and we lose that position, we lose value. But we have to find what our true value is. Our value is wrapped up in, it's part of our identity. And our identity is the fact that we were born for a purpose. And how we know we valuable in that aspect is because when Jesus died for us, he placed a value on that. He said, I was bought at a price. And that price of his life is, there's no dollar amount you could put on that. And so I'm just that valuable. Now, me understanding my value helps me to treat others in that way, because guess what? They're valuable too, because they were born, not because of anything else. So if I'm looking at them with value and I'm honoring God through the value he placed on my life, I'm saying that I'm honoring the scripture where it say, honor the Lord with your whole heart and love the Lord with your own heart. Equally love your neighbor as yourself. If I deem myself as valuable, guess what? I deem my neighbor equally as that. And so, not because of what they do, but because they were born. Because they were born on earth. Simple. But men, if you don't understand the value of what's in front of you and how God placed women in your life for a purpose, you won't understand how precious that is. And if you abuse it, it's going to put her in a position not to know who she is. But I want women to know today, if you know you got these imputed attributes and you are not using them, then you go to the Lord and you ask him, because he created you, how do I utilize these attributes in my life so I can continue to walk in my purpose? Nobody can shake that. When you really know in your heart, this is what I hold. I hold the ability to give birth to life. I hold the ability to put into that, to help grow that life, to help nurture that life, to help alongside of my husband or the father. We put our gifts and attributes together, we can make this work, and I can help raise that child in a proper way. I have these abilities to help other people grow. As I'm in leadership in my position at the job, I have the ability to help others grow because of what's in me. But if I don't know how to utilize it or know that they there, I'm not going to use the tools. I can have all the tools I want, but if I don't know how to use them, they no good to me. So I hope this helps us to understand as women. Celebrate what you have. Utilize what you have so you can walk in your purpose, and so you can know when someone is not treating you at value. Guess what? You're going to know it if you're utilizing these talents and gifts and these attributes that God has imputed in you. It's already there. You don't have to fight for that. You don't have to fight for something that's already there. You just got to learn how to utilize it in the right context. And so I just want us to celebrate ourselves. I celebrate myself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate who you are. Men, celebrate the women in your life, because guess what? They have everything you need to help get you where you're going. They are not just a pretty face. They are way more than a pretty face. So I just want you guys to realize you have a diamond in the rough. Treat her as if she the diamond that's sitting in front of you. Because when you treat her like that, she's gonna continue to walk in that purpose to help not just herself, but you grow as well. And so if you don't know how to do that, like I said, if you don't know how to operate like that, get the help you need, because I'm telling you, missing out on a great opportunity when we don't treat each other with value. We miss out on opportunities and purpose. We are here to understand each other's value and to pull on each other's gifts So I just wanted to celebrate. I just wanted women to be celebrated today. This happy Monday. I hope that you not just celebrate just for 1 month. I want you to celebrate yourself every time you go out here and utilize those attributes. So I hope that this podcast was helpful for you to understand what's in you, because if you don't know what's in you, how you gonna fight for what you need? So happy Monday. Have a great Monday. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I enjoyed it. If you want help in learning how to utilize these attributes, I tell you, pray to God and he'll help you do it. If you need more help on how to implement it, hey, contact me. We can talk. If you want to know how to admire and value the women in your life, call me. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience. So I just want you guys to enjoy y'all Monday, and happy Monday. And I'm signing off. I got a busy day today. I got time. I'm just going to go and make a difference in the world the way God created me to do. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. Have a great Monday.